What is going on, Outlaws? Death here, and today we're going to be breaking down the things that game absolutely must implement within the next update. Now, I'm not saying these things are going to be in the game. I'm not saying there's any remote chance of some of these things even being added to the game, but after all these months of no content, no communications, and constant errors and bugs, there's a lot of things that the community has decided we need to have. It's not a matter of what we want, it's a matter of what we need to have in the game. So without further ado, let's break it down. The first thing I want to talk about is dedicated servers. Now, this is probably my number one and most important thing in any video game right now. It goes above Red Dead Redemption, and it's because dedicated servers give us the privacy and the security that we as paying customers should have. We won't be able to get hacked, we won't be able to have our private information stolen, and we won't be able to have our IP tracked so easily. Right now, Red Dead Redemption is one of the main ways, as well as GTA Online, to hack players and get into their accounts when it comes to console gaming. This being said, it's extremely annoying that even though it's one of the biggest companies, one of the biggest games in the market, it still offers such an insecure platform for its gamers. If there's any changes you guys are thinking out there, why are we getting disconnected? Why is there no animal spawns? Why is this guy glitching all over the map and killing me? All these things have to do with dedicated servers. So that's number one on my list, and once again, big shout out to my boy Demon. I hope you get your account back. I hope everything gets fixed because you're the reason I really wanted to talk about dedicated servers. Now, properties. This is a long-term goal. Right now, you hop into Red Dead Online, and within hours, I'm not even talking crap, guys, within hours of doing a couple of missions, doing a couple of, bounties, doing a couple of deliveries if you have friends in the game, without glitching, without having to do anything, you can buy the most expensive things in the game, which are horses. There is nothing more expensive than horses right now. They go for about $1,000, pretty much the most expensive one, so that's no grind whatsoever. We need long-term goals, and what I want to talk about is properties. Now, before everybody starts saying, bro, Rockstar said they're not focusing on houses, they want to work around the camp. That's another video, but I'm not only talking about houses. Yes, cabins are very important. A place for us to change our clothing and our guns without having to have players camping outside or maybe glitching their way into headshotting us while we're in the camp, because I know some of us have had to deal with that. But what I'm mainly talking about is stables. When we look back at GTA 5, players love showing off their cars. They do car shows, they show their car collections, and they have all their cars parked in their garage. Currently, we cannot do this. We can only look at one horse at a time. We can't really look at our whole collection of horses, and that's rather boring. Let us have stables where we can buy in the game, very much like garages in GTA 5. The next thing I want to talk about is open world activities. Pastimes per se. Now, what is it that I'm exactly talking about? I want things to do in the game while we're out in the open world. That is the number one thing that Red Dead has going for it. The missions, the guns, they're good, they're okay, but there's no big change from offline. The horses, there's not that many. There's no properties, there's no heist. So what keeps players coming back? The open world. The environment, the animals, the feel of it all. And a lot of us, that play with friends or even encounter players in the open world would like the opportunity to do more things with them. Currently we have poker and blackjack, pretty much the same thing, but that's the only open world activity we truly have. I would like to see things like the knife game from story mode, darts, dominoes, remote control mini boats like we have in story mode in the stranger mission. Yes, that could be something so random. You go to a place and you have remote control mini boats fights because it's something so random and interesting. Arm wrestling. Let me go to a bar or something and challenge someone to arm wrestling. And what about duels? How do we not have duels in the wild freaking West? Let me go out, stand next to someone, challenge them to a duel, have a countdown appear on the screen, and duke it out. It could be something so interesting. Now, the next one is pretty much one of the most important things in the game, Rockstar. You're out here trying to build something similar to an RPG, to a multiplayer MMO game, right? So where the hell is the end game? Where is the end game? There is no end game for PvP players, and there's no end game for PvE players. So let's break it down instead of just saying they don't have it. What I would like to see for PvP players would be leaderboards and ranking. Let them have a separate ranking for their PvP for killing people, you know, that shows their kills, or, you know, however experience they get in a PvP match, it just ranks up their separate PvP ranking. And the leaderboards could show who the best PvP players are based on their kill to death ratio or however many wins they have. So this is a goal for the PvP players. Now, for the PvE players, we need high rank rewards, level 100, 200, 300 milestone rewards. On top of that, I don't know if y'all noticed, but there is different levels to the story missions. You can beat them in bronze, silver, gold. So I believe that once we beat these missions in, you know, the highest tier possible, gold per se, we get some rewards. Maybe when you beat all the current available story missions, or for beating 5 or 10 or 15 with the highest ranking, you could give us something. It could be, you know, outfits, it could be weapon skin, it could be a saddle, it could be things that, you know, stand out but don't break the game, but it would actually motivate players to grind out the story mode and these type of activities, you know. We already have the buckles, but let us have something higher level, you know, that actually, you know, makes us want to do level 100 activities, get to level 200, get to level 250. You know what I'm saying? Monster Hunter does this, so I'm pretty sure Rockstar could implement it into Red Dead Online with such a lively world. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is new and more interactive roles. We have some nice roles so far, but they're all so distant from each other that sometimes they make the world feel rather dead. When you go off collecting, you don't really have to deal with bounties, you don't really have to deal with deliveries, you don't really have to deal with moonshine, and so forth and so on. The roles never interact with each other, and they don't allow the world to truly feel alive. So some of the role ideas that I want to talk about quickly, because I've made videos on every single one of these roles, so go and check them out, is things like the rancher. Being able to catch horses would actually have us go into the open world to catch horses. You could see a player capturing a horse and then bringing it back to the ranch. Selling goods, you know, like eggs or maybe milk from cows that we already have in there, or pelts, you know. Things like that would have you see players interact in the open world. So that's very, very interesting. Things like the lawman that would have you capturing outlaws in the open world and also doing what I talked about, which would be public hangings and defending towns from people invading. Very, very nice. The scientist, the fisherman, the detective. We have so many roles that we've talked about in the channel that could truly make the world feel more alive. So this is the last thing I pretty much want to talk about. I know it's a rather long video, but I'm trying to break it down as much as I can and make it really, really simple. These are the things I believe the game needs to add. It doesn't have to do with what I want, but rather what it needs to add to make the jump and have the rest of this year feel good, because right now, Rockstar, you're really messing up. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more content. Stay tuned for Red Dead Online live streams here on YouTube. Join our Discord, Facebook, Instagram, and all the goodies. And for now, your boy Deathgun, out.